I don't know why. For some reason, I really didn't want to talk about this, but let me just chook my mouth inside the trending topic. Annie Idibia and okay, or rather Annie Macaulay. At this point, identification is very important. Annie Macaulay and Innocent Idibia. See, you see this ride or die love, whatever used to be, because I don't think it's really a thing any longer. The Gen Z have actually changed the dynamics about ride or die. But when we talk of the millennials and then ahead of them, there was that support for ride or die. In fact, it looked like if there wasn't struggle in the love, that love is not genuine. Honestly, at some point, love looked very difficult. I won't forget while growing up those days that we're watching Indian films, even till now, when you watch Indian films and see old, they make it look like love is a difficult thing. They make it look like you need to suffer, you need to sweat for love. See, at some point I was asking myself, that is love even worth it? I remember when Two-Face Idibia and Annie were getting married. I was speaking to a neighbor, because the person is way older than I am, so I wouldn't say she's my friend, but let me say someone, an acquaintance, a very important acquaintance. And we got talking, and she was like, that if Annie was her daughter, she was not going to allow her to marry Two-Face and all of that. She was like, in fact, where is Annie coming from? She said Annie is, and I think I told her Annie is from Akwa Ibom, yeah. And she was like, hey, no wonder the Akwa Ibom women are very, very patient. That their threshold for tolerance and endurance is very high. I'm like, really? She said, yes, that those women, they can be so loyal to the core. And I'm like, oh, no wonder. Now it makes sense why we all of Two-Face's baby mamas, or all of his escapades and all of the women in his life, he ended up coming back to Annie Idibia. In as much as, for me, I feel that the relationship from day one was very, very flawed. Yes, number one, they were very young. They made a lot of mistakes that end up building a not so solid foundation for their relationship. I'm one person that value love, don't get it twisted, but I don't see love as a forefront when it comes to marriage. Probably because of my religious belief and equally my personal belief. What I see the most is compatibility. And there's a certain level of history that, when built among two romantic partners, it depends. Can you two forgive each other? Like genuine forgiveness. If there's no genuine forgiveness, then there's no need to be together. Or if the damage has really been ugly, it's better to just stay away, because Annie Idibia knew Two-Face's lifestyle. Two-Face was a Casanova, and fame played a role in Two-Face's Casanova character. Like, when you grow up as this young boy that's I know Two-Face is a good looking boy, right? Man, now, let me don't call him boy, he's a man. He's a good looking young man. And with money, with fame comes girls, right? And it took Two-Face a very long time to eventually settle for Annie. So those years, those gaps, I remember watching an interview of Annie. She herself said that she wasn't sitting around waiting for Two-Face. The relationship was on and off, and that's a red flag. A relationship that keeps breaking up and coming back, breaking up and coming back, it stains a lot of things. It causes a lot of disharmony. You understand? It stresses the love, it stresses the trust, it stresses the compatibility, because those moments of so-called breaks, a lot of things will happen, right? It will be like, I'm not coming back with this person. I'm not, he would like, he's over with her. She would also say he's over with him. She would go into other relationships, which she admitted, yes, she had other relationships. He also went into other relationships. And the thing about his own relationships is the fact that they came out with babies. Those relationships came out with results and all of that. And even after marrying Annie, Two-Face did not cut off those his baby mamas. Now that was the problem. In fact, if anything, he still kept going back there and even kept having babies with them. Like in the case of Peru, even after marrying Annie, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not too sure of this information, it looks like he still had babies. Like he still had outside babies. I don't know what I would call them, even while married to Annie. And to me, Annie accepting his proposal, and knowing fully well the history, does that mean at some point the both of them normalized hurting each other? Because there's no way you would tell me these two people did not stress themselves. It's even showing obviously on them. It's actually showing on them. The two of them, they look untidy, if you ask me. Like their last appearance, their last keeping up appearance at AY's wife's Mabel, AY, like I don't know if I'll say ex-wife at this point, because that relationship is equally complicated. Her mother's burial, the two of them showed up. You can see that there was no connection. There was even this part that I wanted to snap. I noticed that thing by myself even before this thing happened. You know, I don't really know AY's wife very well like that. So when I saw the clip circulating on social media, I was like, who is this babe? You understand? You could see that she and Two-Face have like a very good bond, but she and Annie were not there like that, which I kind of understand. You can be friends with the husband, you're not friends with the wife. You can also be friends with the wife, you're not friends with the husband per se, but you know, they come together. Now, you could see that Annie was trying to fit in, but it wasn't like there was this awkwardness between Two-Face and Annie. Like there was this part where they wanted to snap, and Annie was on the other side of Mabel, right? And Two-Face was on this, but you could see that it was someone that was telling her, pushing her to go and be with Two-Face. Now when she went there, she was almost looking like a mannequin that didn't fit into that bunch, you know. And at that time said this conversation, this thing has not come out, and I'm very surprised that Two-Face, for me, he's mature. Two-Face is not a Gen Z. Two-Face is not even a millennial. But I was a bit disappointed, which I guess that was why he had those attacks from those women. You know, we'll come to that later. Why are you coming on social media? Two-Face, you're a role model. At this point, you are almost, I won't say you're an elder, but you're almost, because Two-Face is close to 50. You're almost an elder, where a lot of younger ones are looking up to you, right? And Two-Face was someone that built a very good reputation. See, the truth is, I respect both of them, in as much as I didn't appreciate, to be honest with you, their relationship. There was something about their marriage that I just saw it like, why are you guys doing this? Or probably because you're in the showbiz, you want to show off, there's money and all of that. But to me, there was just something about the two of them that didn't go well with me. I don't want to use the word wasn't genuine, but there was just something off about these two people being together. There was desperation on Annie's side, and then there was negligence on Two-Face's side. To be honest with you, if there was any counseling at all between those two, a good counselor will ask them not to be together. In as much as some people are saying they are soulmates. I watched an interview of one of her friends on that the Freezes show, that they are soulmates and all of that. You see, that soulmate thing, to me, I just see it like, yes, maybe there was a sexual bond and attraction, obviously, but that soulmate kind of thing, I don't see it like something deeper than what some people make it sound. Annie was obsessed. She was, and I remember during her wedding, you could hear her and her friends. Of course, there was that. Yes, I got him at last. It was almost like a tug of war that she eventually won. It was almost like about the bragging rights. You know, Annie didn't think about being Two-Face's wife, what being Two-Face's wife was going to be like. Yes, being Two-Face's girlfriend, there was a lot of ups and downs, but she didn't realize that ride or die love was not going to be favorable in marriage. One thing people don't understand, and hence maybe the reason why the divorce rates now is really, really high, is the fact that people don't realize that marriage and relationships are two different things. Marriage looks like relationship, right? But it is not the same thing, especially when kids are involved. Now, Annie, for me, I feel, had a lot of emotions she had to bottle up with accepting children from his other baby mamas, the fact that he still, especially that Peru was, in fact, there was time I heard a rumor, I don't know how true it is, like I said, a rumor, allegedly, that Two-Face had paid Dory or something like that, had married Peru traditionally or something like that, you know. And I remember there was a clip I saw one time, I don't know if it's in Dubai or whatever, where Two-Face's mother and his sister were with Peru, and they were like, this is the wife they know, and you could tell that even Two-Face's family did not like Annie. And vice versa, she did not like them, because there was a video, I'm sorry, it was a voice note that was released one time like that, and she specifically called his cousin stupid. Now, nobody needs to tell you that there was no love there, and she was like, she can't even call any of his family members because they don't even like her. See, Two-Face's and Annie Idibia's situation, both of them both, like I don't want to be on Two Faces side, I don't want to be on Annie's side, but if I don't even have to be on anybody's side, the both of them are walking red flags. Thank you.